NSC Fan TV. I'm here with Nico, Caleb. Guys, we just lost to LAFC here at Geoda's. Caleb promised that he was going to say something positive, so we're going to start with you. Nico, we'll get to negative Nancy, negative Nico in just a second. Caleb, take it away.
So, the reason our friendship does work, optimist, pessimist, so you know.
Very much pessimist.
I think that Nashville held their own against the team that most analysis are saying are going to win the Cup this year. LAFC has been the favorite since even before they signed Bell, even more so now. I think we held our own pretty well. We had some mistakes. I mean, Eric Miller kind of screwed the pooch a little bit, just kind of backing up from the first goal. First goal was the slowest ball I've ever seen roll into a net. And the second one was just, I think we were just caught flat-footed in the second half. I don't think they expected LAFC to push that hard. We had some really good looks. McCarty kind of just whiffed a pretty good one right in front of us in the supporter section, but all in all,
that was hard to see.
It was
hard to see.
And
then the replay came and it looked worse.
Yes.
I didn't see the replay. I was on the ground.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that Nashville held their own pretty well against a really good team. I think that we are set up really well for the season. I think playoffs are on the horizon for us. I think a further run than we've ever had. I think we're going to hit the semis.
We're going to hit the semis.
I think we're going to hit the semis. I think that's really where our character is going to be tested.
It's July.
So, and so the pessimist here, like I said.
All right.
I think we'll hit the semis.
So
I think it's going to be a good
This is
run.
almost an eternal optimist. All right. Well, that's that. As is one's nature. Okay. So is it negativity time?
I think it is negativity time, because let's look at the 2 goals that we conceded. Obviously, first was that goal that just towed into the goal. We had players that were there. We had people that could boot that away, get it out.
Why didn't it happen?
Why didn't it happen? And then you look at the second goal within the first minute. We got a red flag behind us. But you look at the second goal in the first minute of the second half, and that's something that we don't do. That's something
so garbage.
That's something
so
that
garbage.
Teams with a lack of mentality, a lack of upfrontness, you have to be ready for that first attack. That initial attack is always going to be first. Any player that's played 2 games of FIFA knows that someone's going to try to get the ball in as quickly as possible, and that's what happened.
What happened.
And we just didn't have an answer for it for the rest of the game.
Oh, they were still eating their orange slices.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did have a few great chances, a few horrendous misses. But I think this game could have easily ended up being 1-1, 1-0 for Nashville. And I think that's what it should have ended up being. So, yeah, there's a good bit of optimism. We look like we can hold our own against LAFC, but we also look like we can hold our own against Seattle. But when it comes time to play Sporting Kansas City at home, when it comes time to play Portland at home, when it comes time to do any of these games, we kind of play, as you say all the time, we play to the strength of the other team. And we had a great couple games, but now we're off to Cincinnati, so who knows how the hell we're going to do.
That's exactly it. Hopefully we don't wooden spoon it out there. All right, so Caleb, I'm going to, instead of asking you about tonight, I'm going to ask you about Wednesday.
Okay.
Because you did something heroic on Wednesday.
Yeah, you did.
Man.
So tell us about Wednesday.
So, of course, we kind of have to go back to Orlando.
Okay, we have to go back to Orlando. Yeah, so
just
back all the way up to Orlando.
Kind of a spark notes real quick. We're getting up to the supporter section. I'm fully expecting Steven to get there and just lead the front. He messages and is like, hey, I'm not going to be there. And I'm like, all right. Stood up on the chair. I was like, someone's got to be a crackhead, so let's do this thing.
And then you stepped in and you were awesome.
It was incredible.
You were awesome.
Just got to lead chants in front of probably 30, 40 of us-ish, somewhere around there.
And everyone was totally there with you.
Yeah, and so Wednesday night, of course, all the drama kind of went down, then reversed, and we were able to do capos and
Hold off on talking about that.
Yes,
but the consequence was that effectively you and one other person were up in front of everybody.
Yeah. So I got a message saying like, hey, you can get up at the 65th minute and start doing chants with us. And man, a freaking blast. I mean, I had so much fun. It was incredible. I couldn't talk the next day, like hardly at all. Don't understand how Steven does it, but I mean, it was just the time of my life. I mean, had a blast being able to do that.
And the atmosphere of Geodis changed when you got up on that stage. The place was different. The place was different. We were there with you.
It was incredible.
We saw you from where we saw you, and the place was different. So thanks for that word.
Yeah, I'm excited to be able to do it again. So,
right on. All right, guys. One closing thought from you both.
Man, heartbreaking loss, but based on that performance, I'm pumped for the rest of this season and postseason.
You see positives in it.
Oh yeah.
All right, Nico.
Cincinnati 6 days. If we don't get a result, we're screwed.
Pessimist.